Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together.
Oh, yes. Just get that big, deep breath in and out. Making an audible out.
Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday. I am the great and peaceful mystery.
And I'm Jay.
Just Jay.
Yep.
I just think of the Ken song every time.
What Ken song?
From the new Barbie movie. I've never seen the Barbie movie. I've heard that stupid song 100 times.
Oh, yeah. Never seen it, though, huh?
I have not.
Yeah, right. You were in theaters. You bought a ticket.
That's the last movie I went in theaters to see. I can't even remember.
Mine was Wonka. Timothy Chalamet is Wonka.
Today's animal is honeypot ants.
Ooh.
Aside from a few purely predatory ant species like army ants, most ants absolutely love sugar. Many ant species have a personal stomach and a social stomach.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Much like kids that have a dinner stomach and a dessert stomach.
Okay.
They will collect some sugar for themselves and take the rest back to feed the colony. So that's what the stuff they regurgitate and they store.
Gotcha.
But they actually have one they use to digest food too.
Yeah, it's just their own little stash.
Having no thumbs makes it very difficult to carry things anyway. So a few species have developed an incredible adaptation to allow them to carry huge amounts of dissolved sugar to the nest. These are honeypot ants. Anybody that hasn't seen a picture of these guys, you should look it up.
Oh, for sure you should.
Because they have members, which we'll talk about. They're just absolutely bulbously stuffed with like honey and sugars and
it's awesome.
Nectars and
I like watching the
stuff.
people who have the ant farms with these.
Yeah. So honeypot ants, they love semi-arid environments. Their location is every continent except Antarctica. The queen can live up to 8 years. Workers typically live a season. They can weigh, when they're full of honey, which they're not always full of honey. Like I said, sugars, nectars, it's anything sweet.
Right.
1.5 grams.
Dang, that's a lot.
Your bags of freeze-dried corn.
It's 1.5 grams.
No.
What is it?
0.65 grams.
Oh, not even.
Or ounces. I'm thinking, never mind. It's much heavier. Or your bag of corn is much heavier.
I was going to say, that's a lot for an
grams
ant.
and ounces mixed up.
That's all right. We're not perfect here.
That'd be a big,
Freaky Fauna Friday.
A big ant.
That would be a huge ant. The queen might be able to carry that much.
They are dark brown and black in color. They mostly eat nectar, honeydews, and insect protein every once in a while.
Ooh.
Predators, pretty much everything.
Everything will eat them. Because they're little sacks of sugar.
They're a delicacy for humans. Number of species. There's approximately 37 and over 7 genera.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of species. There's no conservation status listed for any honeypot ant. So they're not even listed.
So that's good.
And not necessarily. It could mean that nobody's looking into it. So nobody's done the research to give them a status.
Okay. Which probably means
Least
they're good.
concern's good.
Oh, okay.
Because that means family like, oh, no, they're doing fine.
Yeah.
No status means nobody's done it. And a lot of arthropods won't have anybody that's done it.
Gotcha.
Insects, arthropods in general, do not get as much love as anything else.
Well, because they're not like us.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, there's 34 species of honeypot ants. They inhabit arid and semi-arid landscapes in Australia, North and South America, North and South Africa, North America, Southwest Pacific Islands. They live in large underground colonies to escape the heat.
Nice.
These are amazing delicacies. They're amazingly delicate. About 20% of their workforce is for storing food.
Don't they have like ants that sit inside their?
Yeah, they hang from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And literally just become giant water balloons.
Like a little watering things for hamster cages.
Yeah, that's what these guys do. And they hang upside down so they don't explode.
Oh, okay.
So they can just hang. They only feed on nectar since flowers and habit only bloom briefly after rains. That's deserts. Many of them make sense to store as much food as possible to survive the harder times. They provide an array of nutritional materials to the rest of the colony, acting as suspended sauce bottles for the inside of the nest.
Sauce bottles. Okay. It sounded too close to oxalotls that my brain got confused.
What workers can't provide, they get from their own larvae, filling up the external abdomens until they are ready to pop. Most of them are quite tasty too. Humans enjoy eating these guys. They're like sugary sweets.
Dang, well, I always thought ants taste like a little bit like lemon. So imagine like a sweet lemon.
I think
Ooh,
cyanide in them.
that's the lemon? Like lemonade, a little bite of lemonade.
So you ready for some interesting facts?
Yeah.
They are living ladders or larders. Many colonial animals store food in harsher times. Bees are the best known example, with honeybees filling up the entire combs with kilograms of concentrated nectar known as honey. Thousands of species of ants use their bodies to store food, but in the case of honeypot ants, they take it to the most extreme. The entire caste of ants is bred for this purpose. They repel, and like other castes in the colony, they are reared specifically for their role. In honeypot ants, they are essentially a hybrid between a queen and a worker. While foragers and workers may have an extendable abdomen or gaster, the replicates go further. They will swell to the size of a small grape in some species.
Dang, that's crazy.
They literally just have this membrane that'll stretch out their exoskeleton and just fill up.
Yeah.
I've seen one guy that literally touched one and just popped because they're so
full.
They're so full.
It's like when a mosquito bites your hand and you squeeze your hand real hard and it pops.
We used to do that with horses.
What do you mean?
When they would land on the horse, we'd do it
Oh, you'd squeeze
because the horse has so much blood flow.
Yeah.
They would explode. The horse didn't care.
Oh, no, he couldn't even feel it.
Foragers will bring back liquid nectar in their abdomen and feed it to the replicants, who will hang off the walls of the colony and wait for harder times.
Okay.
They're the only job.
Nice.
Replicants have actually well-developed ovaries. This is an odd thing. This is my next fact. In general, insect colonies are formed by a single, sometimes a very small number, though, reproductive queens, and a much larger force of sterile female workers. This is ants, wasps, bees, the whole colonies of giant insects.
Right.
Males are reared only during the breeding season, are not otherwise present or useful. Like bees, for example, right after they're done breeding, they kill all the males in the colony. This is an oversimplification. There are plenty of occurrences of workers laying eggs. This is just more of a general theme. And it also is a theme that they have well-developed ovaries are usually what makes the queen so fertile and large. So the mystery of why replicants in honeypot ant colonies have well-developed ovaries is an interesting one. It may be something that they reproduce, or the reproductive hormones the queen gives their size also helps the replicants in such impressive storage capacities.
Okay.
So they may need the hormones to get large.
Right.
Because they're one of the bigger, castes in the colony.
Okay.
This may explain why the replicants are thought to live much longer in much older ages than any workers. Like I said, the queens can live up to 8 years, when the workers never normally make it out of a season.
Right. That's 8 years is nuts for just a little ant.
Yeah, they're bugs.
Bugs.
That's one of the times
yeah.
That's one of the times it's correct. And that explain why they are thought to get much older than workers, just like queens. However, this is not a genetic morphology. When replicants are removed from honeypot ant colonies, workers begin to morph into replicants to replace them, suggesting the hormone switch may be responsible for these ovary developments.
Sounds like it is.
Which, like I said, more research needs to be done. Regardless of what comes about, the role of the swollen fatties is one simple: to hang from the ceiling and supply food for the colony. The method of food supply is an interesting one, though.
It just really refer to them as swollen fatties. Wow.
They share food from mouth to mouth, is my next little fact.
Ooh.
They kiss.
Yeah, for food.
The trophilax is a name given to sharing food with individuals in an ant colony. It is not exclusive to ants, bees, wasps, even birds do this.
Yep.
Trophilax is different than sharing a plate of your chips with your friend. It also involves a direct mouth-to-mouth and even more delicate mouth-to-anus fluid exchange.
Ooh. Okay, that's too much.
It's hypothesized that the form of feeding is set up as fundamental for evolution of colonial animals. That they're literally connecting their bodies as one, essentially.
The human centipede.
Yeah, well, ants.
The ant
They're
centipede.
ants. Honeypots are one of the most extreme examples of this, though. Not being able to only store resources inside their mouths, or their social stomachs, than other ants, but they can also arrange a variety buffet for the colony. So they can actually separate stuff inside themselves.
That's crazy.
The menu, honeypot ants don't just supply one type of food for the colony. The ants themselves are arranged by different types of food. Colony members can pick and choose which replicant to feed from, depending on what they're looking for. So darker bottle one, basically the darker ones, have dissolved solids that are mostly sugars, while lighter ones have more water. There are anecdotal accounts of white, milky-looking substances inside honeypot ants, thought to be a proteinous substance, to which would be a diverse selection of nutrients for harder. Basically, they think it's liquid fat, essentially.
Okay.
That they somehow got an animal and they liquefied it and put it inside a honeypot ant.
That's crazy.
Sometimes there's so much food, it won't all fit. Number 5, they can explode.
Oh, yeah, we have covered that. Yeah.
When they are stuffed to the brim, on occasion, it seems that some of the workers will continue to stuff.
Just keep going.
And they just literally pop.
Oh.
And then what they do is immediately suck up all that stuff and put it into a different one.
Oh, so that ant dies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, it's dead.
Oh, yeah, just making sure.
His organs were in there.
I was going to say, like, what? Make sure he wasn't the one sucking it back up, putting it somewhere else.
Now, I got 2 more. The adults milk the young.
Okay.
The bizarre twist has been recently discovered in honeypot ant colonies. The babies feed milk to the adults. Bum, bum, bum.
That's very freaky.
Well, ants have been scrutinized since the early days of naturalism as usually as unusual and fascinating secrets. They are still full of surprises for researchers today. When pupae were isolated from a colony for study, it was found that they produced so much milk that it would eventually kill them. So without the adults taking care of it, they keep producing what they were referring to as milk,
right,
until they died.
Right.
Being able to drown themselves in their own juices seems like a bit of a savage evolutionary choice, but it turns out the milk is designed for the adult's consumption. When the presence of adult ants, the milk is lapped up and consumed or stored, just like any sugary nectar, perhaps explaining the milky-looking honeypot ants described before, with reports of it tasting like rancid fat.
Sounds tasty.
Last one, they are edible and even a delicacy. These little sugar blobs, or rancid fat blobs, are found in various countries all over the world, having evolved independently to store food in similar ways. Like I said, 7 different genus.
Popped up across the world.
As such, in multiple native cultures, they become a bit of a delicacy. Some are even dipped in chocolate before eating.
Ooh.
But most people agree, just avoid the white ones.
Yeah. That one sounded gross to bite into.
Rancid fat, yeah.
Like pops in your mouth.
We really don't know where they're white. Like I said, that some people think it was the milk from the babies. Some people think it was actually like that they are, every once in a while getting a carcass, ants will scavenge on anything.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they will. Huh. Honeypot ants. But if there was one bug I would try to eat, I would sample this one.
Crickets aren't bad.
Nope.
I've had ants.
Just this one.
I haven't eaten ants like straight up. I've eaten them in like the suckers.
Nope.
And they really didn't have, they taste like the sour apple sucker.
Right, yeah. No, if I would eat one bug.
Scorpion is one, like big bugs would be hard for me. Because I don't like shrimp because of that. Because of the texture. I don't like the texture.
It's a weird, you have to get used to it.
But Arcatina, I think Arcatina powder is what the cricket powder. So if you're worried about eating bugs, just check to make sure it doesn't have Arcatina. Because there's stuff in Walmart that has Arcatina powder.
Man, I don't like that. I don't like the thought. I don't like the thought of it anymore. I don't want it.
I'm going to feed you bugs. You're not going to know.
You are the
I've already fed you bugs.
You ease the bugs.
I've already fed you bugs.
What bugs?
You know what bugs.
Excuse me. That one snuck up on me.
Disgusting.
But no, I would try a honeypot ant. That would be the one I'd try. I've seen the videos of them. I've seen these guys. They're really fun. They're really cool to watch. If you, like I said, if you haven't seen them, check out like on YouTube people who keep them as like ant keepers and ant farms.
There's a Canadian ant keeper. I think it's the guy that's real famous.
That does that?
That has his like whole house is like dozens of different species or colonies of ants.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think he has bullet ants. And they keep getting out, and it's like the worst one to get out because they're the best at it.
Yeah, bullet ants they hurt real bad if they bite you.
Well, it feels like a bullet. It feels like you got shot. I have been a great and peaceful Mr. E.
And I've been Jay.
We can't wait to see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend. It's going to be a good one. All right, bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.